Rose here. Today we're going to try this. These are so cute. I love them so much. Little Santa faces. And I haven't done anything in the back because I usually do make these as ornaments and they just hang them on their tree. This is what I'm going to be giving my clients this year. So what we're going to need today is these googly eyes. You can do them in any size you want. I picked these up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to guess that these are probably 1.2 centimeters, and these are probably the 1 centimeters. But I usually just buy them in these packs like this. So I'm going to be using the smaller 1 centimeter today. You'll need a little pom-pom for the nose. And I believe this is Joann's. And these are the half-inch palms. Any size will probably do. And for these things here, I just probably got this at the thrift store somewhere, but I found, I don't remember where I got this, but this is 1 inch and this is ½ inch. And this 1 inch one would probably work really well as well. This is in between a 1 inch and a ½ inch. So just an option there. And we're going to need our H hook. Of course, our scissors and a tapestry needle and a hot glue gun. And for the colors today, again, I'm going to be using scraps. And this one is in pale rose. But I have some that I made, and it's probably like in a baby pink Red Heart Super Saver. But you can do any color you want. You could even do an off-white or cream or brown or any color. This is probably Red Heart Super Saver in that cherry red. And just some basic white for the beard. So go get those supplies together. I'll meet you back here. Get this going. Okay, try to be as efficient as I can. If you watched my last fiasco, you know I had a lot of problems with iMovie, so I'm trying to keep the editing down and keep it short. So we're going to start with the face, and we're going to start with a magic circle. Fold it over, fold it down, scoop that up, and then we are going to chain up 2. And what we're going to do, this chain 2 does not count as anything. We're going to put 12 double crochets in this ring here. So yarn over, go in there, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's 1. You're welcome to put a stitch marker there too. So let's do 11 more. And I will meet you when we get to the end of this row. And here we have 11. 1 more makes 12. And I'm going to skip that chain 2, which is all twisted, and I'm going to go in this first stitch here, and I'm going to slip stitch to join. We'll chain 1, close up that hole back there, and we're going to fasten off. Oh, Saturday at 12. I'm going to go ahead and just fasten this off real quick and go ahead and fasten this off real quick. That way they're not going to be in our way. Be right back. Okay, got my circle here. Got 12 double crochets. And now we're going to join in our white. And this is number 12. And then we have this when we slip stitched in there, and then this is number 1. So I'm going to go in number 1, and I'm just going to bring it through, and I'm going to tie it on. It's been my new trick lately. Okay, now we're just going to go right in there, and then we're going to pull up a loop. And on this round, we're going to go from 12 double crochets to 24 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, chain up 3, and then we're going to yarn over and we're going to do another double crochet in that same chain. So we have 2 double crochets, and now we're just going to do 2 double crochets in each of these stitches all the way around, and then we're going to have 24. So I'm going to leave you to do that, and I will meet you at the end of this row with 24 double crochets. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Now, this is what it looks like. And this is that big mess where we joined over. So what I'm going to do, because I did count this chain 3, I'm going to just put 1 right here in that bare spot. So I technically have 25, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over this chain 3, and I'm going to go into that second double crochet. And I'm going to slip stitch into there and fasten off, so that now I have a nice circle with no gaps. I learned that from Jada and Stitches years ago. But I think I was still just a little too green. I didn't, for some reason, didn't get the concept of it. Okay, so now we have 24 double crochets. And now we're going to go ahead and start on his hat. So let's get our red. And let's see here. And because I don't want, oh yeah, and you know what? I meant to carry it as I was going, but I forgot, like I had already done like 4 of them. And then when I remembered, I just picked it up and then I finished it out. So you can sew it in whenever you want, or you can do what I did and just pick it up when you remember. All right, so I don't want any tails. So let's see. Here is those last 2. We joined into there. So that's where I'm going to go, right where I joined. And then I'm going to do this again. I'm going to just tie it on. And actually, I think I learned this when I was doing my sunflower pillow. And I think that was from Melanie Ham. I think that's probably where I picked that up at. But with these little things like this, I like that. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're tied on. We're going to go right back into there. Reach from the back and pull it up. Chain 1. Now we're secure. And now I'm just going to go back in there again. And I'm going to do a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next 3. So this is number 2, number 3, and the next one, number 4, taking my tails. And in the next 2, I'm going to put 2 single crochets in each of those stitches. So that is 1, 2, the next one, 1, 2, and then in the next 4, I'm going to do 1 single crochet. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we should have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 single crochets. And now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now in these first two, we're going to decrease. And we're just going to do the hard decrease. We don't need to do anything fancy. So we're just going to go straight in there and pull up a loop go directly into the next one, pull up a loop, then we're going to yarn over and pull through. We just decrease those two. And then we're going to go all the way across. So this is technically number 3, number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to decrease 11 and 12. So again, we're going to go straight in there, pull it up, go straight in that last one, which is a little tight, pull it up, and then decrease it down. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now we're going to decrease these two. Go in there, pull it up, next door, pull it up, yarn over, boom. And then we're just going to single crochet all across here. And we have 9 single crochets total. And now we're going to see that bump right there. And actually, it probably doesn't matter, but I'm going to pick up that loop and I'm going to do a single crochet. And then I'm just going to pick up this front loop on this stitch and I'm going to single crochet. And then this stitch here where the red is in the white, I'm going to do my last single crochet. Okay, so we just went down the side. And now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do, in that second chain, we're going to do a single crochet. And in that first chain, we're going to do a single crochet. So just picking up one loop. There's one. Pick up that first chain there. And there's 2. Now we're working on the back side. And then in that last stitch that was in this white, in the red and white meat, now we're just going to single crochet across all the way to the end here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I will meet you at the end when we get down here to the end here. Okay, this is my last stitch here. And to finish this off, we're just going to slip stitch down here. So I'm just going to pick up that side loop there. You can see it right there and there. I'm going to go in that top bit. I'm going to slip stitch. You can single crochet too. It makes it a little bit bulkier, but it's not a big deal. And right next to it, I'm going to just pick up one of those loops. I'm going to slip stitch, and then all the way down here, I'm just going to pull it down, go in there, and I'm going to slip stitch and fasten off with a chain 1. And that is what we got so far. Looks a bit lopsided, doesn't it? All right, now we're going to start doing, sometimes I like to put my hand on it, gets it down. Now we're going to start doing the beard. I've got it in 2 ways for you. So let me bring this guy back in. I did this in a half and half just to show you the difference. Okay, this is all done with a single crochet join, which you'll understand here in just a second. But where all the single crochets are, I did a slip stitch. So it just makes the beard a little tighter. Makes it a little tighter, whereas the single crochet gives it more of a more relaxed look. This is done with a single crochet. So you have your option if you want it to be a little bit tighter or a little bit looser. So I wanted to make sure I pointed that out to show you like a side by side. So I like to do this in one piece, but I think that would be too hard. So we're going to start with this mustache here. And this is where you can get a little creative and just eyeball it. So I'm basically just looking at it. And in my circle, I'm dividing it in half. My eyes and my nose are going to go right there. So I'm just dividing it in half. And so I'm just going to turn it, spread it apart, and I'm going to stick my hook in there underneath it. And then again, I'm going to just bring my white in and tie it on. Just loosely. I think that'll be a good mustache right there. So, and before I go, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that tail to the back so it's out of my way. All right, so now we're going under these loops, or I think they say posts. They're posts. So I'm going to go from the top down, underneath, and here I am. So we're going to take this first part a little bit slow, especially if you're new to doing any type of post. So we went under the post, and I'm going to grab it. I'm going to pull up a loop. And now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now in the second chain, I'm going to do a picot. So I'm going to go right in that second chain. Keep your hands relaxed as best you can. And we're going to slip stitch. And then we're going to spread it apart. And I'm going to find that next post. I'm going to hold my loop. I'm going to go down to the back and pull it right back up. And this is where I'm going to single crochet. Or if you wanted the tighter, this is where you would slip stitch. Anytime there's a single crochet, you would do a slip stitch. But we're going to do the easier version. Single crochet. Single crochet. And then we're going to repeat that. We're going to do a 1, 2, 3. In that second chain, I'm going to slip stitch. Then I'm going to get my face, I'm going to spread it apart, look for that next post, top down, go underneath it. I'm even bending it a little bit, and then I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to pull it up, there. And here's our repeat, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into that second chain for our picot. That's it. Find your next post. Down, underneath, single crochet. Keep your hands loose. Single crochet. Chain 3. Slip stitch into that second chain. Here we are again. Okay, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch in that second, find my next post, down and pull it up, single crochet, 1, 2, 3. Picot. All right, so I'm going to take a look here real quick. I'm getting to the end here, so I'm going to single crochet into this next one and see where I am. And I think that will work. You can even push that up a little bit because they're just on those posts. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Since I single crocheted there in that last post, I'm going to chain 1 and fasten off. And then I'm going to just pull that apart where that last post is, and I'm going to bring that yarn to the back. Yay! All right. Now, this is an option too. I like the beard with 3 layers, but this one only has 2 layers. We just didn't do the back, just did the mustache and then 1 row. So that's another thing. You can take a look at it and see which one you like better. I'm going to go ahead and show you the 3 row because it's not that much harder just to add that last row. I'm going to do it in 1 piece too. Here's his ear flap. It naturally wants to be over here. And I pull this apart. I can see where the red is in there. And I think that's where I'm going to start it. I'm going to go real high with his beard. So again, I'm going to go in there and underneath that post. And I'm going to bring my yarn through and tie it on. And then pull that tail to the back like I did with the mustache. There. Okay. Whoops, sorry about that. And we're going to move a little bit faster on this. Do a couple slow here though. So we're going to go in there, underneath that post, grab our yarn, and we're just going to pull it up. And then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Same thing with the mustache. We'll do our picot in that second chain. And then I'm going to pull it apart and see where I go. I'm going to go down underneath. This is also called a front post. And then we're going to just do a single crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Picot in that second chain. Pull it apart, go down, underneath, pull it up and do our single crochet. Chain 3. Picot in that second chain. Pull it apart, and then single crochet under that post. And then we're going to repeat that. And you're just going to do that all the way around. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and do it till this very last post here. So wherever you stop is optional, but don't tie off. And I will just meet you there in just a few minutes. Okay, last post. I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to do a single crochet. Okay. And that's what we got. Cutie. Now I'm just going to turn it to the back. And then I'm going to fold those first layer of that beard down a little bit. And then I'm going to just go over and get into that first chain. And I'm going to start the process again. I'm going to single crochet, chain 3, slip stitch into that second chain, and then immediately go into the next chain. And then we're just going to do this all the way around. And then I'll meet you when we get to the end of this part. Okay, we're on our last 2 here. 3. Okay, and on this last one, I'm just going to slip stitch into there. And then I'm going to fasten off. Finger length. Okay. Go ahead and tie a couple of these, and then I'm going to secure them down, and then I will meet you back here. I mean, isn't it just the most darling thing ever? Oh, okay. Now, go ahead and get your hot glue gun, or whatever glue you want to use. I think some people even use tacky glue. And then just secure those on however you want. I like these 1 centimeter eyes. I think they're really cute. Boop. All right. What do you guys think? I hope this was a far sight easier than that last tutorial. And I guess I'll just see you soon. Take care, y'all. Bye.